It is Wednesday today. Oh, that took a minute to think about. And I am just starting off my day with more stripes dyeing. I'm on the second batch of the Traveller's Diary stripes, and I think I'm only doing 2 batches. I have to be really careful with self-striping because it's very, very labour intensive, and if I do too much in one day, I know that I can burn myself out. I can get 10 skeins dyed in a day, and I've tried to push for more than that, and I can do more than that, but by the time I've done the 10, that's kind of 3-4 hours work, and I'm constantly on my feet, standing over the stove for that whole time. And I know that although I've got kind of steamer space to do a few more, I've tried it before, and then I just get to that point where my back is aching and my legs are aching and it's just too much. So I have to do them in smaller batches, but I've worked that out now. I know the numbers that I can warp in a day. I know the numbers that I can dye in a day. I know the numbers that I can wind in a day and still kind of keep on top of it and not overwhelm myself with it, if that makes sense. But yeah, so today is the second day and this is the last batch, which is great. The rest of them are hanging up on my airer, ready to dry. I wanted to put them outside because the weather's quite nice today, but it's really, really windy, and self-striping has a habit of blowing off the airers when it's windy, which is never fun. Anyway, yeah, so I've got a few hours of dyeing self-striping ahead of me, and then I need to get some yarn caked this afternoon because I want to take a few more stripes to Glasgow. I won't have as many at Glasgow as I did at Perth, but I'm hoping to have some. So I need to get a bit more yarn caked, ready to start some more of the warping for that. And then what else did I need to do today? I don't know. That's about it for today, I think. That doesn't sound like much, does it? But that's actually quite a lot of work. I've still got more skeins that needs to doing, but I don't think I'll get time to do that today. Yeah. And then I thought a bit later on, once I've finished slogging my way through a work day, I would share my e-spinner and some of the fibre that I picked up at Perth with you, and we'll have a little chat and a little show and tell about that. But for now, I need to get on with this self-striping. Having some issues with the wind today. Not ideal. State of our garden. We need to tidy up. But yeah, rather windy. Good afternoon. Right, I can't remember when I last spoke to you, but all the self-striping is dyed, and I've got Halloween colourways on the go. I've got about 20 minutes until I need to go and pick up the boys. My hands are completely covered in dye today. That's one of the perils of when I'm doing self-striping. It's usually from the outsides of the bottles that I keep my dye stock in. That's usually where I end up getting it from. It's fine, it'll wash off eventually. So yeah, Halloween colourway for the Halloween boxes. That's my alarm telling me that I need to go pick the kids up soon. Halloween colourway for the Halloween boxes is in the pan, or at least the first couple of batches is. I need to get another batch done once the kids are home, but that's fine. I had a little bit of a thing with it. I was trying to dye, I dyed it up earlier in the week and it didn't really work, and I was having issue with one of the colours that I was using not exhausting properly, and then, anyway. So I've gone completely back to scratch and I've started from the beginning, and I have dyed up a new colourway this afternoon. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this one will work. I really do need to get another batch on, but I'm also kind of tempted to wait and see if I'm happy with it once it's dry. Otherwise, I'm just going to end up with 4 batches of a colourway that I'm not convinced about. I don't quite know what to do. We'll see. I'll make a decision. I think what I'll probably do is I will turn it off before I leave, and then when I come back, I'll get it out of the pans, stick it into soak, have a little look at it, and that will give me an idea as to whether I'm happy with it. And then if I am, I can dye up the next batch this afternoon. But anyway, I've got 20 minutes. So I thought I would sit down and talk about spinning. I mentioned yesterday that I purchased one of these, an electric eel wheel. a nano. So this is an e-spinner. So it's like a little mini electric spinning wheel. It's like a mix between, it's like a step between a drop spindle and a spinning wheel, if that makes sense. This is what it looks like out of the box. So it is tiny. I mean, you can see just compared to the size of my hand, it's really, really little. You thread the fibre or the yarn, whatever you want to call it. I'm not quite sure what you call it at the stage that it goes through the hole. But anyway, it goes through the hole and it winds onto this in the same way that you would wind onto a drop spindle. You wind onto the little bobbin. This spins, which gives you the twist, and then you draft from your fibre as you would normally. Now, I've only had my drop spindle, which is this one here, for about 9 months maybe. My friend got it for me for Christmas, and I've really, really enjoyed using it, but I'm really lazy. And the problem I have with the drop spindle is that I can't do it sitting down. And the only time I really get chance to kind of sit and do any spinning is in the evening, by which point I'm tired and all I really want to be doing is sitting on the sofa. I don't really want to have to stand up, walking around and using the drop spindle. So I've been struggling a little bit with it in that sense because I've just not been using it. I've just not been using it because I've not wanted to get up and use it, and I've not had time outside of the evenings to use it. And then Sophie, a lovely friend of mine who is a spring snowflake on YouTube and Instagram and everywhere, we were staying in an Airbnb together during Perth weekend, and she brought with her e-spinner for me to try, and I tried it and I absolutely loved it. It was, I got on with it really well. I really enjoyed it. It was so easy. I was able to just sit at the table and just do it. And I think I might use it a lot more than I'll use use it a lot more than I use the drop spindle, and probably get more fibre spun, because I've been really enjoying the process of spinning fibre. So I'm quite excited to give that a go. I'm hoping, we haven't got anything on this evening, so I'm hoping this evening I'm going to have a little look. I need to look up a few little tutorials on how to kind of set it up and things like that. But I'm hoping to kind of get that done tonight, and maybe I'll be able to just start just a little bit of a practice run at the very least. So yeah, that's the e-spinner that I've got. It's the Electric Eel Nano. And it comes with a few different bobbins, which is really good. Again, I'm not 100% sure what I do about taking the bobbins off or anything like that, so a bit of research is needed, but I'm hoping to give it a go. So while I was at Perth, I purchased some fibre to have a play with. So I got three different things. So I got, then this is where my terminology is going to be an issue. If I get these wrong, then I apologise. I got a braid. Is this a braid of fibre? First of all, and this is from Wish You Were Here, who are wishyouwerehere.com, and they were absolutely lovely. They were so helpful to a new spinner. They gave so much kind of information and stuff like that. This is just 100% merino, hand dyed. So pretty, isn't it? So I got a braid of this, but then I also got, and this is the Sunflowers colourway. I also got a bat, is that the term? I think it is, isn't it? Of this, and it's actually the same colourway. I thought I'd picked two different colourways, but obviously I hadn't. But to be fair, I'm not worried about that, because they will spin up completely differently, because I will I'll draw the colours differently. So it'll be quite interesting to see the difference in the kind of finished yarn, I guess, between these. So yeah, so this is a bat. So I think the difference is that with a braid, you pull from the end. So you'll draft kind of from there. So we'll go through the colours as I'm drafting. Whereas with this, you just kind of pull from the bat, which will give a really different effect. But again, yeah, same place, Wish You Were Here. And again, this one is also 100% merino, I believe. Yes. So I'm really excited to kind of see the difference in how these spin up, and to try the two different types or styles of fibre. Terminology, I'm not 100% sure. And I was just going to stick with 2 because I thought there's no point in going crazy because you've not done any spinning and you don't want to do too much, you know, just get a couple and just see how you get on with it. And then I got a little bit enabled and a little bit carried away because I saw this. And this is just gorgeous. So this is the Kaylee colourway, which is a reference to the TV series Firefly or the Serenity film, depending if you haven't come across the TV series. It is from Katie at Sealy McWheely, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's all sparkly, and it is, yeah, just a mix of merino and stellina, hand dyed, and just super, super pretty. So I think this one will be saved until I've kind of got to grips with the e-spinner so that I can do it justice, maybe, she says. But it's just really, really pretty. Isn't it gorgeous? So yeah, that's my plan, I think, this evening, is to have a go with something. Whether I go straight into giving this a go or whether I dig out, I've got this one left that came with my drop spindle, which I've not used. So I might actually just use that for a little practice. But I'm excited. I'm excited to try something new and give something new a go.